Hey, Faith Caribou.
I think we're rolling.
We are live. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the
Good
Coffee and
morning.
Cannabis episode 2.
Two.
Oh,
Yes, good morning. Cheers.
Morning, everyone.
Cheers.
now, how do we want to start this off? Paul, you're kind of busy, so why don't we cover your article before you really get busy? Because you're going to be the one doing the stuff. So we'll get to yours.
Yeah.
It's an interesting article.
Right. So I just want to say good morning and welcome, and I'm excited. I'm going to be making some chocolate syrup from scratch here in a few. My article, though, is the former correctional officer who was selling marijuana in the jail. I really like this story personally. I think it's funny. He was using a cash app to sell the weed. He was putting the drugs in a trash can. And he was implicated after an inmate was found with drugs or marijuana with him, with a note with the dude's phone number on it. So unfortunately, might not have been the smartest moves, but I think that, he should be allowed. There should be more marijuana allowed in prison systems. Just because it's a natural medicine, it would allow, other medicines not to be distributed. They could also, grow their own instead of being federal funded to get the medicines and whatnot.
That's a good point, because I know in the penitentiaries they got a ton of horticulture classes and all that, and a lot of them produce their own vegetables and that, so it would knock down on the medical bill a ton.
I don't know. I think they're too busy giving them all Suboxone right now. Suboxone. That's what's been going in the prisons, and that's being given to them by at least my state. So, they're all too whacked out. Even if you don't have a drug problem, they're still putting this shit into you when you get in there. Well, the bet riots have gone down drastically, but napping has gone up tremendously.
Anytime.
But yeah, I don't see them doing something that can intentionally help them produce their own medicine, become more independent. I don't see that going on in a correctional institution. It'd be a great thing, but I don't see it realistically, especially in a lot of states.
Yeah,
Like I
but
said,
it
we
would be
talked.
nice if they would, because they would have a skill they would want to do when they got out. They would be more interested in maybe not going back because they truly learned something they could love to do, And
Yeah.
plus, why not put our jail system to work for themselves? They're in there, we're putting a roof over their head, we're feeding them. Come on.
Hey, be careful with that kind of thinking. We might end up with that being our dispensary weed.
Yeah,
They'd be super good at it.
Hey, I don't mind, because I don't go to the dispensary anyways, and they
Right.
probably put the love and care into it, so it'd be real good.
You never know.
that could also then push the home grower to grow more too if they don't want to buy the weed at the dispensary. So it could be a win-win everywhere.
It could be. Like I said, that's a bit of a
Stretch.
slippery slope. You know what I'm saying? Like, personally, I would agree with you. Screw it. If they let them do horticulture and everything else, what's a tomato compared to a cannabis plant? I'm just a little baffled as to how this dude sold so much weed within the correctional institution. How are these people getting away with smoking all this weed and not getting busted prior? That's because he did it since what, to 2020. So
Yeah.
I'm just, that's the thing that kind of blows my mind. Maybe because I didn't spend time in a huge prison complex, but being able to sneak off and smoke weed and actually being able to be a guard and sell enough weed within that prison system to where like the whole place doesn't bang like fucking reefer is kind of blows my mind a little bit. Like he should have been caught sooner. Somebody should have been caught sooner.
No, that would have to be a different topic about
Yeah,
corrupt, correctional officers all the way around.
I can talk about that all day. I got one of those as a stepfather.
Mm.
Cocksucker. Yeah, I said it on the air. God, I hope he watches this episode.
Well, all right, I'm gonna get to making some chocolate syrup because it takes a few minutes. I got my saucepan, and we have 1.5 cups of water, and then we have equal parts of canna sugar. So that's 1.5 cups of canna sugar. Now, not to say that I'm a weakling or anything. It's just I did mix my canna sugar with my regular white sugar this time because there's no way I could handle a 3,000 milligram chocolate syrup first thing in the morning. So we can't go down like that. I got to get up sometime today. And some cocoa powder. And this is just going to be like your normal, like simple syrup. You're just going to boil it. Once it starts, you want to be careful not to burn it. I will tell you that. So you want to keep an eye on it. I use it at a medium heat and kind of lift the pan up just over the burner a little bit. Just because I don't want to be here forever. That's my personal opinion. You could do a double boiler, all of that, and also a pinch of salt, like quarter teaspoon of salt. And we're just going to get this all mixed in and reduce the water out. So we can go to the next topic if we want. Why I stir and stir.
I'm sorry, I was perplexed at watching it dissolve.
Everything is cold, so nothing wants to dissolve in cold.
It's mixing.
It is good.
All right. Yeah, friggin'
Get that all mixed up in there.
come on, put your elbow into it.
I probably should get a whisk is what I need.
I was gonna suggest that, but you're the baker, remember?
Yeah. I'm a stoned baker. How about that?
Fair enough. You know what? Get the electric mixer. Fuck it.
Oh, we're not going that.
That's a nice whisk.
Yeah.
Paul's husband will be looking up friggin' chocolate syrup all off the stove if you dropped in there one of those metal electric ones.
Right.
So what do you guys got for us for our next article? There, sweet Johnny Appleseed and 311.
We're gonna go with that High Times article. The Rutgers University report examines cannabis consumption data.
All righty.
I was given, or last week, Prophet was real, or like this one and was pointing it out. So I saved it till he made it this week so we could talk about it. But pretty much it says, Rutgers University releases a study exploring the relationship between cannabis, race, gender, and other factors in New Jersey. So pretty much what I'm taking from it, they did some testing from 2016 to 2019, the various ages, just to see how the consumption rated with the nationwide and all the other factors. But Prophet, what do you think of this? Because you're the one who pointed me towards this. You got anything that you saw interesting that made you jump out that you like this article?
Well, at the time I was spitting out articles just to kind of help you guys build it up because I wasn't technically in it. But there's a few things that caught my interest. Like obviously it's isolated to a New Jersey testing, but it could obviously be spread for the whole country. I mean, you can just take an idea from there. But it was they determine whether, which sexes range as to and which genders and whatnot and races what are more prone to smoke and what were the ratios. I can't remember the ratios. I'd have to jump back into it. But from
The ratio was 49.3% and 50.7%. And
Yep.
over 26, the age of 26, consumption consumed. And between 18 to 25, it was decreased.
see, and I find that funny because we have our age panel is over 18 and 25, and we're a bunch of fucking stoners. So I don't know. That's one of the reasons I threw that out there, because I'm like, I don't know if I believe these statistics. You know what I'm saying? Like, from what I can see, I don't see the older you get, the less you're smoking. Like,
Me neither, because I mean, I'm meeting a lot of more older people now that I didn't, now that it's recreational legal, that I didn't even think smoked, but been smoking heavy for years, and I really like that. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Because with it now being recreational medical, it's letting people come out of the dark.
right.
You know what I mean? So
Yeah. I don't know. Like I said, I find the outcome of the statistics that they came up with, I don't know. I find them pretty off. Just that's why I put that out there. It's from High Times, which we all rely on High Times and won't knock them. But realistically, I don't see that statistics. But that's just me. So I mean, if other people feel that they're more onto it, then that's fine. But I think it's actually the older people are starting to smoke more because it's being replaced for a lot of their medications that they've been given for fucking ever. So, if you got, you know, uh, a lot of like a lot of pain conditions and shit like that, instead of opiates, they're being prescribed, they're starting to do cannabis or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, cancer patients using it for maintenance and prevention or help with their cancer. PTSD. I'm seeing entirely too many things that cannabis is covering, especially as you get older, for me to believe that that statistic is right. That's one of the reasons I put it out there. I kind of wanted your opinions on it too, as well. Like, do you think that people are not smoking as much after that age?
I would like to know what workforce they took that from, to be honest, too. Because those that are going to maybe college and working more in a corporate building or environment may not consume as much as we do.
It could be, but I think they said that it was the lack of use in general, right?
Uh,
Yep.
Yeah, it wasn't a cut down. It was a complete cut off.
Yeah. But the study's only out of so many thousand people though, and it's
Yeah,
only
yeah. That's why it's a new study. Like I said,
but it
it's
does break
a
it
new
down
topic.
very well. But there is always that grandma's, token on that bomb.
Yeah,
'Cause
I
I
mean,
go
and
into
then you,
dispensaries and some people I would never ever imagine smoking cannabis would be in there, which will
right,
transition into the next article that we have after this one, which is a
right.
shame.
And I was also going to say what I liked about the bottom of the article of that. They were trying to decide if graduating rates could change if people started, using marijuana and selling it, or would they drop? Graduation drop? Would they increase? So I thought that was another cool part of the article that they were using it for, was, to see about graduation rates.
there's one stimulus right there that I that really bugs me with because everybody's always said potheads are lazy stoners, they don't want to do, that I find that the complete opposite. Most people I know that smoke heavily like I do are some of the most productive, positive, go getting people I know. So that one stimulus right there, that really when I hear somebody say that, I try to sit down and educate them real quickly about that one, because that's one of my pet peeves that sit in my bonnet. We got a rolling boil.
We do. And we've lost about a quarter of the water already, so we're making good progress.
Looks like it's thickening up.
Oh, yeah. So I made a sample run, and y'all, it tastes so yummy. I'm gonna make a chocolate milk with it after I'm done. So you can use it as whatever. I mean, it's chocolate syrup.
Sounds like an ice cream topping to me.
It was what I or it is. Sorry, it can.
Or the covering for my brownies.
Hey, oh, chocolate covered strawberries. Ooh,
Right.
damn it! Valentine's Day just passed too. That would have been so easy.
Next year you'll know.
I paid like edible arrangements for that shit, and they didn't get me high.
However, while chocolate strawberries would be good, this is more like Hershey's chocolate syrup, so it's real liquidy, so it's not like the magic shell.
Well, we're gonna have to figure out how to make some shells. I want some chocolate covered infused cannabis strawberries. So how long do you think it takes for the water to actually boil out of that?
I did it in about 20 minutes the other day.
That's not too bad.
Yeah. Oh, and like I said, I'm doing it on a medium high heat. And as soon as I hear the bubble, like it is boiling right there, I kind of just pick it up a little bit and keep stirring it. So therefore, nothing is burning or sticking, just because I want to be fast about it. If you're worried about burning, you can totally do it on a low. You're just gonna, take a lot longer.
The key to a lot of these infusions and stuff like that, I notice, is mixing. A lot of mixing.
The cool thing about the can of sugar is that once it's dissolved, it's dissolved. The only reason why I'm mixing and mixing in this instance is to keep the chocolate from sticking to the pan, because I don't want it to stick and burn.
So we actually have a few questions coming from chat. Christ, Nelson, you got one you popped out. I'm trying to read back here. Let's see. Guys, feel free to talk while I try to sort shit out.
Oh, I was just trying to read up myself. I'm not a very good reader, and my attention gets stuck on one thing, and I gotta try to.
Well, I'm not on chat, so I can chit chat away, because I can't function on chat, cook, and talk.
We got a question for you, Paula. So, would
got?
double boiler work as well, or can we go? Is it better for you to go straight to the pan?
You can use a double boiler if that's what you prefer. I just have never invested in a double boiler. Old school country, pan and water. And if I really don't want to mess with that, then I'm just using a single pan, because that means I got to wash more.
Fair enough. I know there's some things you want to double boil because you don't want to get the temperature up a certain point.
Right.
So,
I would definitely say more like if you're doing like the maybe the shells, the magic shell chocolate we need to look into and whatnot. But with the chocolate syrup, it's your preference.
So if you're making real chocolate, I'd recommend the double boiler. That's how I did real chocolate. I used the double boil method.
I'm starting to drool more and more as I watch what you're doing here.
Oh, I might even need to put a spoonful in my oatmeal this morning, and we can have chocolate oatmeal.
You could use that on anything.
Yeah, it's like that syrup I made, man. You can put it on damn near anything.
I'd even put it on my pork chop.
Did you?
I would.
Wait, the chocolate or the syrup?
The chocolate, that syrup I'd put on anything for sure. That syrup it's got a nice flavor to it.
I'm gonna show you guys how to do that one day with me and Paula. That's gonna be one of the later shows.
That syrup was just so tasty. It just went so quick is all.
I know. I'm sorry. I made a batch and I made enough for like 5 quick gifts along with my packages to send out. It takes like 45 minutes to an hour to do it all. So, and I gotta go get more grain alcohol and shit like that. Don't worry, I'm gonna send you out another batch. I just wanted you all to try it because I was like talking about it all the time and figured it was about time to actually let some of you guys actually try it out.
And the sad part is mine took 12 hours and I gave up on it, gave the jar to somebody, and all he did was boiled it back down and it turned into what it was supposed to.
It's okay, Johnny. We'll get you making it. We got to get you a rice cooker, dude, and it's like a set it and almost kind of forget it. You know? You kick that thing on high, it cooks off the alcohol, and then, the only thing left behind is the syrup and the infused syrup.
Dude, it's crazy how her screen keeps pulling me into that. I feel like I'm right inside of that pan getting mixed up with that stuff. It's kind of cool. All mixed up.
Getting close. It's getting there. Do we want to go to the next article?
Yeah, you got still like another 10, 15 minutes of mixing to do, right?
Yeah.
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 Yeah,
So-
I was gonna say, like, if I would take any of that, I would see Jesus. I don't eat cannabis because I think there's some people that just can't eat cannabis. So if I eat like a gummy or something, I trip out. I have
Really?
like like total, like I'm taking LSD. So
Wow.
I don't know if that's because if it's a fast metabolism or what.
I have a really fast metabolism. I've been learning this due to my Fitbit watch. Okay. And I don't think it has to do with your fast metabolism, or else I'd have the same problem. When I take an edible, I can't make any plans. Like, I will be napping in a few hours after I ingest 100 milligrams, maybe 200 milligrams. You know what I'm saying? My dad, I can pop into 1,000 milligrams and he won't feel a fucking thing. All right. He's a diabetic. Maybe it has something to do with it. I'd be kind of curious about the processes of who can get the effects off of ingesting cannabis, because some people don't, and who can. There's got to be something there that makes it so your body doesn't metabolize it. Then there's other people in your aspect on the other spectrum that get have a serious fucking trip with it. You know what I'm saying? Like almost hallucinogenic. So, there's got to be something, and there's got to be another person like you out there. You're not the only one. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think my wife may actually be one. She used to be able to smoke weed, but when she ingested it, she gets super paranoid and like just, fucking want that shit to end type of stuff. But she was a major stoner, So I mean, it could be there definitely could be something there. I'm not saying like anybody has an underlying fucking problem, but there may be, say, a protein that you don't produce or a protein that you do produce that may actually interact with the ingestion of it. Maybe a stomach acids. I don't know. I'd have to cut you
There
open
was
and
one
take a
show
good look.
that Green Goddess was on, and I think it was a Friday night show or something like that. And she was talking, it's an enzyme that your liver makes or does not make that helps produce or break down the THC or the cannabinoids, which we might
Now,
need
what
to
about
do.
a shitty liver? I'm talking about a liver that's so bad it needs to be transplanted out of the body. And the
Well,
person I've been feeding edibles to that has this condition right now does feel the effects of the edibles. And they actually had to eventually bypass his liver and fucking run his shit into his spleen. So his liver was toast. Okay. So he wasn't processing anything. nothing was being filtered through his liver. But
Hmm.
when I was giving him your gummies, he was getting pain relief, obviously processing the cannabinoids within inside of it, and then he'd walk around, and you know how it is when like you're in pain, but then you don't feel like you're in pain, so you overdo yourself. You know, as the way I was talking to you about, if I am I doing more damage than help in that aspect,
Right.
because the next day he's in more pain than he started off with. You know, but he had no liver working at all. You know, and he was still processing it. So
It's gonna be it.
who
Maybe
knows?
we should do some research on how the body accepts edibles.
That's probably true.
Yeah, because that's my biggest fear is like if I have some kind of lung condition or a lung issue in my future, because being in the pool industry my whole life, I had to breathe in a lot of, limestone and concrete and poolcrete and, all the chemicals and whatnot. And I'd have respiratory problems from the job because there's no OSHA, there's no hazmat in the pool industry. So basically my fear is, so if I can't smoke and if I get sick, then I got to eat it. And if I trip out by eating it, I don't know if they have some kind of microdose or what, because if the last time I ate it, it was only 10, I think, milligrams, and I was gone. I was laid out. Call the paramedics.
Damn. I need a nap. I need a nap.
Yeah, I was freaking out.
I wonder if this would actually fall under like a metabolizing medical cannabis like question, how it metabolizes.
Yeah.
But before I jump into this book about that, that could be tomorrow. That could be maybe I'll have the
Go
answer
down
for us
that
in a
rabbit
week.
hole.
Yeah, well, maybe I'll have that answer for us in a week now that I got something to jump
Yeah.
into. Go ahead, 311. What you got,
Right.
bro?
So 311,
Oh,
your article about the
Yep.
patients being discriminated article. I thought that was really interesting
Definitely should
Yeah.
cover
as
that.
well.
all right. No, here we go. He's gonna put it up there, I think. All right. This come out of Pittsburgh on February 24th, 2022. Medical marijuana patients say that they are being discriminated against and denied jobs, which I think is total bullshit, but here we go. Pittsburgh, more than 600,000 Pennsylvanians are card carrying patients who are using medical marijuana for various conditions and ailments. But though the state law makes it legal for some patients, say that they are being discriminated against and denied jobs. They're going on a woman named Jean McQuaid. Since she was a teenager, she suffered shooting pains from ulcerative colitis and Crohn's disease. But she said that all changed when she started concentrating marijuana extract in a vaporizer. 6 weeks after using medical marijuana, I went from being at my worst medical conditions ever, living a normal life, which was remarkable, she said. But in addition to a $65 a month to use the recreational drug, relief has come with another cost. Recently, the single mother of one said she was offered a $75,000 a year um, job as a risk manager for the Bremen Construction Company in Saxburg. But the company um, rescinded the offer the next day when she showed them her medical marijuana card. She was devastated. I can't believe that somebody would not look at me the same way because I take medicine that I go to the pharmacy for. She says that her attorney, Steve Arbart, these people are being forced to choose between their medicine and their job. It is grave injustice. So she filed a lawsuit and she's going to court about this, which, she's been denied employment for this place because of using her medical marijuana and has a card for So, and this is happening everywhere. I mean, it happens here where we're at. It's probably happening, through all the medical states. So,
I know here in my medical state, we have a law that's supposed to make that illegal for an employer to discriminate against marijuana. But however, the thin line is does the agency you're applying for work for the federal government or have federal contracts? Because if that's the case, most places won't hire you just because it's not federally legal, because they work for the federal state.
yeah, and I think they'll hire you at some places too if you have a medical card, but then if you get into an accident, you're
They won't.
automatically fired.
Right, or they won't cover your workman's comp or
Yep.
anything else like that, which is still ridiculous because they would cover the employee that was on opiates.
Yep.
Bing.
or
Yep.
or drowsy antidepressant or something like that as well. I mean,
Okay, say I applied for a job, I take Klonopin and narco and all these other pharmaceuticals. I'll get a job and get right in the door. But as soon as I show them a medical marijuana card and say that I take cannabis, I'm fired.
mhm.
So this is a huge problem that needs
Yeah.
to be fixed.
I gotta agree with you there. I mean, you could actually be on, antipsychotic medication and everything else and still get a goddamn job. There's supposed to be a thing called the HIPAA law, which you shouldn't even have to divulge that you're on any type of medical marijuana. But I guess that one's getting slipped through the cracks because they can drug test you and peg you for that or whatever. Um, White Widow has a job where they actually test for nicotine. Like she has to quit smoking cigarettes, which is healthy for her, sure, but still in the same note, it's just like, okay, tested for nicotine now. That can make you lose a job.
Now, do they do that because their insurance won't allow them to cover it? Because I do know in the job that I work in,
I
we
don't think
have
they
to
want
take in,
them taking breaks. You know what I'm saying? I don't think they want them taking breaks.
right.
The cigarette break, the 10-15 minute cigarette break. I don't think they want people
Well,
doing
I
that.
know there is some new laws coming into place, like for businesses that provide insurance for places. They kind of want to be all in people's business and stuff, and I think that's wrong.
'Cause-
Like you say, HIPAA. How
No,
is that allowed? Like, not to go on a different rant or something and maybe lead into the next conversation as well. But the
Right.
whole COVID thing, like my job wants to know how many times an employee once has COVID, if they were vaccinated, all of this good jazz. Now we're not following it, of course, but that's what they want. And this is the insurance, not anybody else, just our company insurance.
Right.
All right, well, this is about halfway, or I'm gonna say it's cooked down enough, so we're gonna let it cool off and thicken up a little bit. I'm gonna toke on a bowl
I'm
and
gonna
then
say
we'll make a
dab
glass.
frog. If
Right.
buds can pull it up, then that'd be great. But if not, fucking ribbit.
And I will say at this time, you throw your dash of vanilla into your half a teaspoon of vanilla in and stir it real fast. But yes, ribbit away.
Oh, you're the damn frog for us?
I guess that was, I didn't know if we had it, but that was.
Be our damn frog. So she said, rip it. Bees, rip it, please. Rip it, rip it, rip it, rip it. Oh, now I gotta hit it again. But and that comes back to me, because I've smoked so heavy over the years before it was even medical or recreational. And I had to slide towards jobs where my employer knew I smoked. I'd tell them right out the bat I smoke, but I'm not gonna get hurt or messed up on your time, but I'm not gonna quit if that's part of the job. You don't even hire me right now. And that's why a lot of people have to get in the construction work, the move-in business, the hands-on, the labor. Cause you know, and it's sad to say a lot of them construction companies like their employees smoking. Because they know if they take that 10, 15-minute break, they're gonna come back and knock it out for 2, 3 more hours, real hard and heavy till they're ready for that another 10, 15 little minute smoke break. And
Or if you're like my husband who falls off with a sheet of plywood off a ladder and bust your ass, you're like, damn, I need a bowl so I can finish this job.
yep. Yeah,
Right.
you ain't got time to go to the human resources and say, hey, I hurt myself. No, you're gonna light up that bowl, grab that piece of plywood and climb right back up that ladder and take it up there.
Yep. Fill out an accident report. I'm off for a week, denied workman's comp. I don't know. I have no idea how Zoom works.
But yeah, I really think it's not fair that agencies, even the federal agencies, are taking discrimination into play with a job. If a person isn't being enabled to do their job while smoking, it should be treated like any other, man-made drug out there as well.
I agree.
I think everybody agrees.
Mhm.
It's just a plant. So, yeah.
Are we ready to move on to the next article, or we having technical difficulties?
Yeah, I think we are experiencing a few
Oh,
technical
call
difficulties.
Uncle Rick. Call Uncle Rick. Technical help. Technical help.
Johnny, you're the host.
I don't
Who's
know how
the
to.
host?
Oh, I don't know what I'm doing.
We have a
Send
major.
it to South
yeah,
Nelson, Art of Profit, I guess.
Yes, this is great. I come on and technical difficulties everywhere. I love it.
So I just start pushing buttons.
Yes, like a madman. Pretend it's a
No.
slot machine.
Meeting settings.
Now you should be able to give somebody the power.
I want the power back.
All right, if you go, can you get on Buds? Can you get the Buds picture? Just him.
I don't know.
I got faith in you.
Hold on. I'm giving it to 311. There's how do I get to Bud's picture?
All right, you scroll like Tinder. Swipe to the left, swipe to the left, to the right.
Was it smoking?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Make host.
Okay, make host. Yeah, you're gonna have an
He's
there
host.
you go. You did it. Look at that. He
Uncle
can be
Rick,
taught.
you should be proud of us, Uncle Rick. You good, Bud?
Did Buds get it?
The power.
Welcome back, Buds. I think
Oh,
we
man.
need a frog after that one.
That might have fucked it up the first time. He did the dab frog. All of a sudden, you ended up with the controls, bro.
That frog's ass broke everything.
It's all good. We're doing good.
Oh, we trying.
Bad time.
All righty, but how long do you got till you need spotlighted, Paula? Again.
I don't know. I'm halfway through my bowl.
Well, sit there and enjoy your bowl. After the dab frog, we'll go ahead and get on to Profits article then.
She's working. She's on break.
Work in progress. She's on her
smoking
smoke break.
Smoke break before she goes back.
Hey, you're hired too by our company because you said you weren't finished with your bowl yet. So we encourage you to finish the bowl before you come back to work. Where's Bud? Where's Profit?
So, Profit, what's your article about? Oh, one moment.
I can't. It's over there.
Don't do that.
Hello?
My
What'd you do?
No, I'm waiting for profit. Where'd profit disappear?
oh, okay, yeah, you beat me to it. All right.
Oh.
So yeah, it's basically has a potential prevention to fight COVID-19 infection. It's don't get it confused. It's not smoking it, and like when a lot of the studies they did, it showed that ingesting actually CBD and non-psychoactive THC actually produced a response in the antiviral load, like it triggered into the lung respiratory area to actually fight COVID or help attack it, prevent it, and stuff like that. Now, by all means, I'm not saying that this is a replacement for the shot or the mask because I'm not a doctor, but uh, there's a lot to go with this article and whatnot. So that's why I was a little intimidated about bringing this one out. Um, but basically, hold on a second to the top of this thing. All right, so they highlighted both the potential significances of their work as well as the limitations. On the bottom line, what it says is that CBD has the potential to prevent infections such as breakthrough infections, which might be one of the most useful applications. A professor of cancer research at the University of Chicago said. However, as the researcher wrote, the findings were limited to just CBD and just to a certain high grade CBD. Okay. Preparations that deliver very large doses of the compound. All right. As I said, you're not going to be able to go to the corner store or whatever and get a bunch of CBD and start eating it as a preventive maintenance. These guys were doing very high doses, and it's uh, synthesized. Obviously, it's not like grown. So, I mean, I'm curious to see if grown CBD has a better effect than synthesized. Obviously. Hold on one second.
While we're holding for him, I like the fact that, it was talking about the 7-OH-CBD metabolite type for thing. And, that the fact that it would block the SARS-CoV-2 infection at an early or even later stages of infection.
Yeah.
Sorry about that. Too much noise going on in my house. It was just getting a little ridiculous. Crazy bitches doing dishes. Yes. Okay. So yeah. Okay, so they were talking about that they treated it in human lung cells with the CBD prior to infecting them with a SARS-CoV-2 virus. They found that the CBD potentially inhibited a viral replication under non-toxic conditions. Adding other cannabinoids, including psychoactive THC, did not do this. Only CBD was a potent agent. That's it. All right. How did CBD do this? The cannabinoid appears to activate a cellular stress response normally triggered in the presence of a virus or other pathogen. So it's basically tricking the body, from what I can get, into producing a stress response, produces a series of proteins called, that's the word I was looking for, interferons. Okay. These interferons are what's the protein that's released to help fight viruses, I believe. The CBD introduced in production of interferons. They are the antivirals that will fight the virus. Also prevent the virus from making other changes to infected host cells. Okay, stopping mutations and new various strains. That's what it sounds like. But cells are cells and they're not living beings. To test the findings on living beings, something last week's study did not do. But there were female mice were given 2 loads of CBD, 20 or 80 milligrams per kilogram of their body weight. That's a fairly substantial dose that could be extraordinarily expensive if you tried to buy that off the streets, I guess is what they're saying. We're going to skip that buying off the streets section. According to the research, mice that took 800 milligrams of CBD per kilo of weight saw decreases of viral loads in the lungs and nodes up to 4 and 4.8 fold. Something a little interesting. I mean, not even talking about COVID in general, just like for respiratory health and whatsoever. From this article, finding that raw CBD is got some long respiratory and actual and possible infectious fighting abilities within the body. So that's something new I learned from that. Um, it's it's a pharmaceutical drug. All right, it's called shit. Epidiolex is a CBD-based pharmaceutical drug approved for prescription by the FDFA. You know, those guys, for patients with severe seizure disorder. Okay, so out of a review of about over 1,000 patients and a database called the National COVID Cohort Collaboration showed that the COVID infection rate among people with a medication record of taking pharmaceutical grade CBD 6.2% compared to 8.9% for people not taking CBD, the researchers wrote. So I mean, right there, it's already kind of showing the fact that even just ingesting CBD is already helping you out, you know, right in their own findings. Uh, but its preventative potential was even more pronounced for people who took CBD the same day as their COVID-19 test. All right, for a substrate of 531 patients who were likely taking 100 milligrams of CBD, its positive rate was 4.9% compared to the rate of 9% among a control group not taking the drug. That's almost half. So going forward, you know, they want to do more clinical trials with the humans, stuff like that. And, you know, personally, I say sign me up. But I found that rather interesting. One of the major situations that halted the world for and where we're at now, cannabis could very well, or CBD based cannabis could very well help out with that in their studies. So I found that very intriguing. And why hasn't that made the fucking news? Why did I have to find that article? You know what I'm saying? Like that's what bugs me. It's like the real good shit you gotta find.
Yes.
So anybody else got any takes on that? I know that was a lot of info to unload. That's why I was like, might be a little too heavy for the morning.
No, that was perfect, man. That
All
was
right.
perfect.
All right, so I'm gonna make a glass of chocolate milk. And
They're actually doing studies. You know?
I think it's good they're doing studies on it too. That they should. I mean, well, if
Well,
you
they
go
want to
back,
move to it. They want to move to human trials.
yeah,
Like I
well,
said, sign me up.
and see that goes back to like and that psychedelic one. You know, they knew 40 years ago that shrooms. The government knew 40 years ago shrooms and marijuana. It had healing properties in it and all this and that. They just wanted to be able to get the patent on it and have it be illegal before. Yeah. So I'm glad they're doing trials on it, but I like that now that people are trying to make the community more aware of it instead of trying to hide the good shit. You know what I mean?
For years.
Yeah, well, I mean, if you can, so if they rooted you to the fact that you could grow a medicine that would probably help a good portion of your problems, and you don't have to rely on a pharmaceutical company that's relying on them for maintenance and making billions and billions and billions and billions every year, yeah, I could see why they wouldn't want to let that out or let you to be able to do that. You know, it all comes to money, guys. All you're gonna
But
do is
that's
follow the
the
money.
sad part. But you know, by hiding that and doing that, all them things they did testing they did in the 60s and 70s, do you realize how many lives they could have potentially saved?
Oh yeah,
You know what I mean? So I have mixed emotions about it all because I know it's money. Money makes the world go around, but that's the sad thing, man.
it
I
is.
want a world. I want a world that makes the world go around because of a plant that has so much value and everything to it. that. Yeah, I don't know. What we got going on there, Paula?
I think we're about to see the creation.
We're about to see some magic.
Yes, we are.
I was pouring the chocolate syrup in the milk.
I'm about to say, you better show us mixing it. That's the money shot.
Well, I'm
Yeah, the changing colors
on
and
it.
shit.
See if we got enough in there. If not, we'll pour some more.
Ooh.
I know it's looking pretty
Are you using a
chocolatey.
fork to stir that? You're supposed to use a spoon to
Yes.
do that.
It was the fork I already used. Hey, I got a spoon too. I already licked the spoon though.
I don't know. I got a weird problem with that. When I mix stuff in a cup, it's got to be a spoon.
See, now I'd
Figure
use
out.
that chocolate milk for my bowl of cereal.
Right.
You guys
Here.
are trying to catch
Does that make
diabetes.
you feel better? It's got a spoon in it now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
See, the whirlpool's even nicer.
it is.
Now all you got to do is learn how to add little garnishes, and we'd be golden.
Ooh.
Oh,
I
you
got
could
it.
use that as a garnish thing, like the chocolate for desserts. All fancy like. You could lay them out with the chocolate infused.
I should have ringed the chocolate before I put the milk in.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah. Where's the strawberries?
Ooh, I don't
That'll have
any
to be
right
next
now.
week. Me and her will work out how to make that, and then she can
Hey,
do it.
you got me thinking of strawberries now, Prophet.
Hey man. I mean, if you guys want to play with food, I got ideas. Like I said, me and Paul will be talking.
I want to work on a
That's
Nutella
awesome.
cheesecake.
That's cool.
Yeah, that is cool. And like we said, it all depends on how strong you want it. You could actually infuse the milk and then mix it with the infused chocolate.
Right. Look, we were creative.
That's awesome. That is really awesome.
All right. I'm gonna
Great
change
job.
cameras and then we can drink it.
That took no time whatsoever to actually make.
No, that was awesome.
Yeah.
And now I'll be ready for a good nap this afternoon.
Drink a bowl of, drink a cup of milk, chocolate milk, kind of take a nap.
You can't even
Hey,
taste the cannabis.
I just want to throw out there into to chat too. If any of you guys have like a new subject or topic that you would like to touch in, feel free to reach out to any of the panel members on our IG or whatnot, and send us an article, and we'll try to get it in there and pull it up, because we'd like you guys to be interested and share something that you guys feel needs to be shared. So feel free to DM any of us and on the Caribou Crew, and we'll get the article to where it needs to go and work on getting it slid into the show. This ain't only our show, it's you guys out in chat show too. You know, you guys are what makes our show. So thank you guys, and any ideas, just DM any of us.
I like that idea, Johnny. That helps us take a little pressure off of us looking for shit too.
It does, and plus I feel it gives us an idea of what
They want.
if somebody sends us an article, at least we know we got one person who's really interested in what
Yeah.
we're going to be talking about. So I like that aspect, and we're the Caribou Crew shows have always been about getting the viewers involved. So
Not to condone dosing kids, but if kindergarten would have had chocolate milk, like this cannabis chocolate milk, nap time would be a breeze.
Nice. And on that note, like, subscribe, share, hit the thumbs up, hit the thumbs down.
hey,
Hit a thumb.
and we just keep trying to get better and better each time. So we're working. We
I'm
we
not
got this.
fluff. That's not my delivery, and I'm actually not Indica B. I can't deliver that message
Oh,
as
you're
great as they
you're the
can,
man for that spot now.
guys.
Hey, we're gonna have to get you some gray dye for your goatee though, so you can kind of look like Fluff.
Nah. Fluff, I could never look like Fluff. If I did, I'd expect him to drive down here and bash my face in for looking like him.
Yeah, it's good though. But what are we thinking? Are we rambling? Are we gonna ramble on for a bit, or what are we doing? How's the chat doing? Anybody in chat got anything that they'd like to touch on?
Oh, they're having their own little party. Along with Paula's what she made. So, you know. But somebody did mention an article, but we'd have to dig it up, I believe.
Right. Well, no, we can get to it later. But
On you guys, we're hitting the hour mark now.
Yeah.
So do you want we can wrap it up and then we have a show tomorrow at this time?
Yeah. Yeah.
And then-
Make sure don't miss out on the show tomorrow. Tomorrow's show is we're gonna be Tuesday shows are gonna be more geared towards the grow room. We're gonna start. So far, I talked to the guys, and we're gonna pop a plant from seed and go through the journey of that. So, you know, I'm excited about it. I hope the chat's excited about it, and I hope to see you guys there. It's good. It's good what we're doing and what the community's doing. It's good. Everybody needs to be educated about this plant. It's not a drug. Fuck Nancy Reagan. It's not a drug. You know, fuck her. But anyways, I shouldn't be. I should be.
That was
Yours love.
fine. What are you talking about? That was fine.
Yours love. We'll see y'all. We'll see y'all tomorrow, man. I can't
Everybody
wait.
have a great Monday today.
Yes.
Everybody have a great
I hope
Monday.
y'all are blessed, positive, productive, and just enjoy your day, man.
Right on.
Yeah,
Y'all
love
have
you.
a good one. We'll see you at the same bat channel at the same bat time.
Beautiful. That was perfect.
Cheers, chat. Cheers, guys.
Buds, South Nelson. Thank you, guys.
Thank you. Thank you, chat. Thank everyone. I'm out.